Wanted to make a video talking about build plate adhesion, just going off of all of the what I call hacks, but I know that there's really nothing more frustrating than getting it stuck down and watching the brim and hoping it sticks, adjusting the Z height. I have to do it myself sometimes. I have noticed that with your typical plates, bed plates, which I have more. I'll get the metal one down. There it is. So this is the one that came with the Creality high, and the parts stuck to it decently. I don't know what it is that's on them that does seem to kind of wear out. I mean, I can feel the areas that the print was are definitely smoother than the areas that have not been printed on. And that's true with the frostbite plates too. This plate is significantly smoother where I've had to scrape it in some spots. This was my first frostbite plate, so learned that lesson the hard way. Now, even though it's a frostbite plate, it doesn't really adhere any better than a standard holographic plate. Now, talking about this and this, I haven't really ever had a good use for the glue. I will tell you though, the hairspray, I was printing this, and the very first part of the flange where it bolts on, it doesn't connect to the fins at the bottom. The fins don't connect until the housing actually comes up a bit. And so that center ring part had come loose, and I happened to be sitting here when it happened. I paused the print, sprayed a bunch of hairspray in the middle of that, and let it dry, and then resumed the print, and it worked. But the hairspray melted part of the hologram on my bed, so look out for that. Not everywhere it was, just where it accumulated. I don't know if it's time or what on that, but ruined some spots on that plate. So I stay away from the hairspray and the glue unless it's to salvage a print that's going on. I'll say this: settings, you want to tune your machine to adhere, not try to put a different band-aid on. If everything's going well enough for it to stick down, the rest of your print should be successful too. So the biggest thing, honestly, is speed. If I do a raft first, I can put a raft down fast, but that's straight lines. You can put that down 100 millimeters a second, seems to be fine. I put this down at 20 millimeters a second. The first layer's slow. That's just the only way there is to it, for me. That and Z height, and there's a few issues or glaring things that you can do when it's too low or too high. If it's, you know, your material's coming out and it still looks the round shape, it's probably too high. If it's wadding up and going along with the nozzle, you're probably too low. Once that's dialed in though, it's just speeds, and if you don't put it down too fast, I think I should say, when you put it down too fast, it's contracting, and that needs to occur slower for it to actually adhere. I think it contracts too much and then loses its grip on the plate when it's put down quickly. So the biggest pointer, I guess, would be slow down that first layer. Obviously, I'm assuming that your temperatures are, your bed's at least 70 degrees. And for PET G, I put my first down at 250 or 265 even. I think I'm printing this at 245. I think my bed's still 75 maybe. So I don't know. I think heat's your friend. I know some people say, you know, colder or 60 or you don't need heat, whatever. This is how I'm doing it, and I can print something tall with skinny and it doesn't break off the bed. This seems to be pretty air-proof, foolproof, whatever you want to call it. It works. So put that first one down slow, at the right height, and at the right temperature. So you got your speeds, your height, your temp. I think those are the three things that are going to help everybody have a successful print, is the speeds, height, and temp. So speed, height, temp. Remember that. If those three boxes are checked, and your bed plate's not wore out, you're going to be printing. So, and all of this stuff was printed without a brim or without any bed. This was printed in the middle of a bunch of supports, but still didn't need anything to hold it down. I don't know. So that's been working for me. I think that'll help some of you guys. And also, get you a Cryo grip plate. This here is, I got the Frostbite and the Pro Glacier. So this would be the Frostbite. The Pro Glacier is not quite as sticky, they'll say. And make sure you don't put alcohol on them. This one you can put alcohol on. Pretty sure that's the one that it wipes, it'll take the coating off. So soap and water on that one. Just do your due diligence with the instructions on that. And good luck to you. If this helps you, like and a share, please. Check out the YouTube. And I'll keep making these videos for you guys.